What's up guys, and welcome to yet another recommendation video. Today we're going to cover a mainstream topic. Just what are the top 10 anime that you should watch at least once in your life? Like always, I'll be balancing things up by including a few underrated ones, and there'll be no apparent spoilers, so make sure you watch this video till the very end. So let's just hop into the list and see what we've got. Starting from number 10, we have Hajime no Ippo. 126 episodes spanning across 3 seasons, and there's only a dub for the first season. Well, what do you know? We have a masterpiece right off the bat. Whether you love comedy or action, or even sports, or maybe nothing at all, this anime is for you. I can assure you for a fact that this anime is more than worth watching, despite the overwhelming amount of episodes it has. Trust me on that. I wanted nothing but more episodes. But what is this anime about? Well, the main focus of this anime is obviously boxing, but you are going to see a lot more than that. What you're going to see is hype as it takes on a physical form. Yes, I'm talking about Takamura. Takamura is like the pinnacle of manliness. And the same can be said about Ippo. I mean, he is the main character of this anime after all. I'd say ignore the plot and just jump right into the anime. It'll take a few episodes for you to get emotionally attached to it, but after that, it is a roller coaster of constant laughter, hype, and craziness. At number 9 is Zetsuen no Tempest. 24 episodes across 1 season, and there's currently no dub. I sure do love best friends. They always end up helping you in one way or another, and you can also secretly date their younger sister. Okay, so maybe the dating part isn't always an option, but still, Yoshino Takigawa is one such guy who secretly starts dating his best friend Mahiro's younger sister, named Aika. So far everything's good, nothing strange, but then something happens. Mahiro's sister, as well as Yoshino's girlfriend, suddenly dies. As any brother would, Mahiro sets off to find the one who killed his sister and make them pay, while Yoshino continues his normal everyday life. Just like that, a month passes, and one day, Yoshino confronts a strange girl, and she starts showing some ill will. Just when things seem hopeless for Yoshino, his best friend arrives and saves the day. I know I made this anime sound a little weird, but trust me, it's not. It's a top-tier anime with some really cool characters. At number 8 is Bitoom. 12 episodes across 1 season, and yes, there is a dub. This one starts off a little sad. A girl named Himiko unintentionally gets some of her friends raped by a group of people. She manages to get the police, but the damage had already been done by that point. Shocked by what just happened, she finds herself on an island for an unknown reason. On the other hand, there is the main character, Ryota Sakamoto, who is one of the top players of a game called Bitoom. And one day, he also finds himself on the island. What I like about this anime is how realistic the personalities of the characters are. Both Himiko and Ryota are amazing characters, and they continue to get more character development, even though the anime is only 12 episodes long. At number 7 is Another. 12 episodes spanning 1 season, and there is a dub. Analytically speaking, this anime is considered horror, which is somewhat true, but not the entire case. There aren't any apparent ghosts involved, just the, Grim Reaper having a busy day. People start dying here and there, and my favorite character turns out to be something that isn't even supposed to exist. It's a very messed up anime. People just die. Friendship is a mirage, and there are paranormal conspiracies everywhere. But guess what? When you look at all those elements from a binary perspective, the anime turns out way better than you had originally thought. Just don't get attached to a character, as there is no telling how long they'll survive. You might end up getting disappointed in the end. At number 6 is Shiki. 22 episodes spanning 1 season, and there is a dub. This one is also supposed to be a horror. What happens is that a 15-year-old girl named Megumi wanted to try living the city life for a change. However, she dies before she could ever do that. Her death embarks the beginning of a mysterious epidemic that starts the days of blood and terror in the entire village of Sotaba. A young doctor named Toshio Izaki starts getting doubts about the disease and seeks to find the real truth behind the epidemic. Meanwhile, the main character Natsuno Yuki also gets involved together with the young doctor, in hopes of saving the village from the epidemic. And just like that, the anime continues. Still, I won't deny it. If you watch another or Shiki alone in your room at 3 a.m., your parents could get mad. At number 5 is Mobile Suit Gundam 00. 50 episodes spanning 2 seasons, and there's also the movie. And there is also a dub. Mobile Suit Gundam is an anime that hints at what would happen if we keep using fossil fuels as an energy source, the way we are. An energy crisis unlike anything the world had ever witnessed happens. Humans realize that nature has had just about enough. They now have to do something about it. The world leaders decide to make the use of renewable energy sources the new norm. However, the poor countries that were dependent on the money that came from selling fossil fuels become even poorer, and thus begins the days of warfare and supremacy over the control of solar energy. In the middle of it all, a new organization called Celestial Beings pops up. Their plan is to end the warfare by using a superior kind of technological weapon that resembles an armed suit. The name of this weapon is Gundam. Also, you may not know it, but Mobile Suit Gundam 00 is an additional story to the parent series Mobile Suit Gundam. It is one hell of a series, something that everyone should definitely watch. And if you do consider watching it, I recommend starting this meta series with this one, because it is the easiest to get into, and perhaps the best one. At number 4 is Vinland Saga, with 24 episodes spanning 1 season. Currently, there is no dub. Now, this is something that just recently ended, or should I say that it was just the last masterpiece of the previous decade. Apparently, Vinland Saga was produced by the same studio that produced one of the greatest anime of all time, Attack on Titan. So, what is Vinland Saga about? It's about the Vikings and the Norse mythology, epic action scenes, top-tier characters, good world building, and some amazing character development. From start to finish, every episode is full of hype. Thorfinn is the main character, and his father once told him that he has no enemies. Nobody does. There is nobody who is okay to hurt. But as he grew older, he realized that his father's words were nothing but a false alarm. Reality turned out to be as far away from his father's words as he could imagine. If you have already watched Attack on Titan and you liked it, then this one is a must-watch. And even if you didn't, I'd say that you should definitely watch both the Vinland Saga and Attack on Titan. They're both crazy good after all. Coming at number 3 is Gintama, with 367 episodes spanning 6 seasons. Only Gintama 2015 is dubbed. Gintama is one of those anime that starts off slow and boring, but then after a few episodes, things change and people suddenly start calling it the best anime there is. Let me explain. Gintama is an epic combination of all sorts of different elements, where comedy and action take the top 2 spots. There is a main story, and ultimately the focus of the anime stays stagnant on the main story. But there are countless mini-stories and trolls along the way. Seriously, Gintama is an anime where the main characters would troll the studio for making them do another filler episode. That's why I've wondered again and again if Gintama crossed the 4th wall that exists between reality and fiction, or not. Anyways, the true strength of this anime is obviously the characters. There is not a single hateable character throughout the series. Or maybe there are a few side characters, but they probably only just appeared for an episode or 2. The main character is a lazy-ass guy who never pays the rent and runs a service called Odd Jobs, where he and his 2 other fellows take on odd jobs to survive. However, never make the mistake of underestimating him. He is the White Yaksha after all. As the anime progresses and we are shown some flashbacks of his past, it's when Gintama truly starts to hit home. At number 2 is Cowboy Bebop. 26 episodes spanning 1 season, and there is a dub. This anime is a classic from 2 decades ago. You understand what I mean by that last statement? This anime has been a masterpiece for over 20 years. Even after all this time, the world still considers it a masterpiece. The story takes place in the year 2071. Several planets and moons have been colonized. Humanity leaves the now uninhabitable Earth behind and starts living on different surfaces all across the solar system. However, now that humans are all over the solar system, maintaining peace can be a little difficult. That's why the solar system police continues to get the aid of bounty hunters, also called cowboys. The main character, Spiegel Spike, is also a cowboy who works together with his partner Black Jack to make some money by chasing bounties and then later reaping the rewards. But as they continue to chase bounties, more and more members start becoming part of their crew. And just like that, the crew goes through thrilling adventures whilst getting haunted by the memories of the past. Before we move on to the next one, I'm gonna share an underrated rule. You can't call yourself a true anime fan if you haven't watched Cowboy Bebop yet, so do yourself a favor and pick it up. And at number 1 is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. There's 64 episodes spanning one season, and there is a dub. As you already know, this anime is a remake of the Full Metal Alchemist anime that aired back in 2003, and compared to that version, this one followed the manga more accurately and even has better animation. It is an anime that covered many complex topics and still ended up executing them perfectly. There's racism, torture, forbidden sins, politics, power, everything. No wonder it's the highest rated anime on my anime list. I still don't think it's better than the above two, but it sure is on the same level as them, isn't it? So, what is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? Well, the plot revolves around alchemy, and there's dozens of intriguing characters, including the homunculi. The homunculi are named after the 7 deadly sins, respectively: lust, greed, envy, gluttony, wrath, sloth, and pride. All of them had the personalities associated with their respective sin, and the way they met their end was also very deeply thought out. I know if I said more, I might spoil this amazing series for those of you who haven't watched it yet. Well, there you guys go. These were the anime that I think everyone should watch at least once in their life. If there was an anime on this list you haven't watched yet, then now you have an anime to watch next. Seems like we've reached the end of this video. Let's do the drill then. Like, comment, and if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. You can expect more videos like this one. And as always, thank you for your love and support. You guys are the best. Just make sure that you always wash your hands properly like this. Well then, see you on my next video.